This is one of the great opportunities to have. This is one of the better bowls for our seniors. I'm just very happy that I'm here, happy that they gave me this opportunity, and not too many people get to have this.
What do you feel like are the biggest things you're going to be able to prove to NFL scouts this week?
Just showing my personality. I feel like a lot of people can misconceive how I am, and just honestly just show them how I play.
How do people misconceive you?
They probably think I'm more of a quiet guy. Most of my interviews in college probably showed that too, but I'm a decently humored guy. I think I'm pretty cool.
So you're a little more vocal, funny guy than we got to see at Ohio State.
For sure.
Why were you quiet at Ohio State? Was there a reason why you kind of hid that a little bit?
Not necessarily. It's just caught me bad times most of the time in interviews.
How much do you think about just kind of how far you've come in the past year to get to where you are right now?
Hey, say that again one more time.
How much do you feel like, how far have you come in this past year to get to where you are right now?
I feel like I had to do a lot of things to get to where I am right now, and I'm glad I went through that. Glad I got to this point, and I'm trying to keep on proceeding, keep on improving.
Do you think having that 5-year journey and kind of having to work your way up to being that starter, being that key player, helps you now as you kind of have to compete for a spot in the NFL?
It kind of gives me more experience than most younger people coming into the draft, I feel like, and probably give me a little bit of an edge over top of people.
What is it like being here with KJ, with Malik, with Jonah, and then Austin on the other team?
It feels good to see him again. We don't really necessarily train around each other, and now that we're gone, and it's just I get used to seeing him every day, and all of a sudden you just don't see him at all, and it's just nice seeing him.
Where have you been training?
I'm in Orange County, California.
With a specific group?
With Athletes First and Proactive.
You mentioned just the end of the season and kind of losing everybody. How hard has it been to kind of put that loss to Clemson behind you?
It's whatever now. Obviously I would like to win the game, but right now I just got to focus on what's ahead of me.
Do you have to kind of flip that switch really fast to get focused for something like this?
Yeah, this is kind of a big event for most seniors that are here, and it's a very big event for me, and just how people gain draft stock. So yeah.
What was the prep like over the last few weeks getting yourself ready for this?
Just trying to get my body right, trying to be prepared for all the mental stuff, that board work and all the other stuff, and it's kind of a cool process.
Was your body pretty sore at the end of the season playing 14 games?
Honestly, not as bad. I feel like Ohio State, we really worked real hard on trying to recover throughout the weeks, and it kind of paid diligence.
Does it help how much you kind of rotated during the season and kind of don't have to go out there and play 80 plays a game?
Probably.
How much do you think back on just what Larry Johnson taught you as you go through a week like this?
A lot. You learn so much in the 5 years that you're with the coach, and obviously he was my coach the whole time there, which also helps out. And he's a very smart man, very intelligent, great coach on and off the field. So kind of helped me out with this.
What do you want people to know about DaVon Hamilton this week, just as a player, as a person? Is there one or two specific things that you want people to leave this week saying, this is why I would want to draft DaVon Hamilton?
I'm a very explosive player, very active, and actually a kind guy.
How inspiring is it just to kind of see all the defensive linemen who have come through Ohio State in recent years that are now playing in the NFL?
It's pretty exciting. You get to talk to them a little bit. Obviously, going through this process and going through leaving college and whatnot. But it's pretty cool, especially ones that played in this game. Get a little insider on that before you can.
Anyone in particular that kind of gave you some insight going into this week?
I kind of talked to Taekwon and Jalen. So.
How much have you continued to talk with BB and Jay Sean and Chase, guys like that, as you go through this process?
We pretty much talk every day. It doesn't really stop.
What do you guys just kind of bounce ideas off each other, what you're doing in workouts, kind of all that?
Yeah, we kind of trying to check in, see how they're doing. How was this workout compared to last week's workout or last night's workout? And what are you going over? We kind of bounce different ideas off each other's heads.
What do you? How much do you still talk to the guys that are still at Ohio State and kind of getting ready for another year?
I mean, again, I've talked to them still in the group chat, still, still talking to them. Obviously they're still my buddies, they're still my friends, and still try to motivate them just as much as when I was there than when I'm out right now.
How long does that group chat go back?
A long time.
So it kind of keeps adding up
Yeah.
as more and more defensive linemen come through. Is it cool that you're done, but you still kind of have that connection to the program for your brother Ty?
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I hope he has the best experience there. I hope he has a better experience than I had, but I mean, it is what it is.
What are the biggest things you've taught him, biggest advice you've given him as he prepares to start his career at Ohio State?
Just be prepared to work as hard as possible. I mean, it's a lot different from being in high school than it is being in a college team trying to even play, let alone start. So hopefully he gets that.
And who are some of the guys at Ohio State for 2020 that maybe people don't know about yet in that defensive line room that they should know about for next year?
I feel like most of them are pretty known, but I would say either Tommy Togiai or Zach have the best chances. I mean, obviously some of the other guys have already played too, so definitely there's a lot of people, there's a lot of defensive linemen, very talented.